Okay, so today we're going to do this lesson about witches. We've done one like this, but not this one, okay? It's called Salem Witch Trials. And then today is what date? 10/4/24. That's up there. No, almost there. Okay. The witch hunt that rocked history books forever. We're going to do a spooky lesson. Did you know, in the ancient world, they believed that supernatural abilities or mystical powers in witchcraft were actually real? They believed that magic could cure ailments, ailments, or a physical disorder, protect their families, and aid in success. Some witches, like ones mentioned in the Bible, were malevolent, L-E-V-O-L-E-N-T, or spiteful or hostile, while others were known as the village healer. So there's the wicked witch and the nice witch. The first person ever accused and executed, which means killed, for witchcraft lived in Ireland in 1324. By the 1400s, 1400, mass witch hysteria erupted in Europe. The accused were mostly women, although there are a few men alleged or accused with inadequate proof of witchcraft. By 1486, Malleus Maleficarum was released, a dissertation on how to identify, interrogate, and exterminate witches. This added fuel to the fire, and the witch hunts began. For nearly 3 centuries, people hunted and executed witches. In the 1600s, 1600, just as the madness was dying down in Europe, hysteria hit in the American colonies, and a witch hunt took place that would rock the history books forever.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's spell witch. W-N-I-N-T-N-C-N-H. Nice. Spell cat. C-N-A-N-T. Nice. Let's spell scary. S-N-C-N-A-N-R-N-Y. Good. What is another word for a physical disorder that was mentioned?
I don't
All
know.
the way over. A. And jump up. I. N. L. N. M. N. T. N. M. N. T. Ailment. Nice.
Yup.
And what is this lesson about today?
I don't know.
S. N. Oh, sorry. Go back to the S. You're right. S. And A. And L. And E. And M. Salem. W. And I. And T. And C. And H. Witch. T. And R. And I. And all over. A. And L. And S. Salem Witch Trials.
Walk around.
Yes. And come on back, and then I'll ask you a number question.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, the first person ever accused and executed of witchcraft lived in which country? You're so funny. You're so smiling today.
Yeah. 1.
I and R and E and L and A and N and D. Good, Ireland. And what year was it
3.
when the first person was accused and executed for practicing witchcraft?
Love. Yep.
That one.
What?
1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
1324.
That's right. What does allege mean?
Love.
A
Something.
and C and C and U and S and E. Accuse. Keep going.
What?
Go down. P and R and O and O and F. Proof, nice. Q's without proof. That's not really fair.
5. Yeah. 6.
Okay. So what year did they say mass witch hysteria erupted in Europe?
Nope.
1 and 4 and 0 and 0. 1400.
1400.
That's right. And then what year was it when Malleus Maleficarum was released?
Okay.
1 and 4 and 8 and 6.
1486.
Got it. Okay. How many centuries did mass witch hysteria last?
I don't know.
3. Good. 3 centuries. And then what year did it come to the Americas? To America?
I don't know.
1 and 6 and 0 and 0.
1600.
That's right. I have
Yeah.
another question. What is an animal that we saw today?
I don't know. Anyone. Lots of animals.
Just tell me one.
I don't know. What?
Tell me. Spell it. N-A and T. Cat.
Cat.
We did see a cat. Okay. Although there had been a few people accused of witchcraft in colonial America, hysteria had not yet bubbled over. However, in 1692, in a Puritan, Puritan, town of present-day Salem, Massachusetts, all of that changed. The Puritans were a group of English Protestants who wanted to purify the religion of Roman practices. They sought greater religious strictness and a simpler doctrine, doctrine, or set of beliefs held and taught by a church. They were hardworking people
Yeah.
said to be either working, praying, or sleeping. Idle or inactive hands were considered sinful. Music was forbidden and children were discouraged from showing any emotion that included happiness. They had literal, not figurative, real beliefs about the devil and witchcraft. This was heavily due to references made in the Old Testament, and they were convinced that the devil lived in the nearby forest. If you did not believe in supernatural or thought it was all a hoax, which means fake, you were viewed as evil. The Puritans also did not practice the separation of church and state, and therefore many of their laws were based off religious beliefs, specifically the 7 deadly sins.
7.
Those are greed, lust, gluttony, Gluttony, pride, envy, wrath, Wrath, and sloth. Okay, where did Salem witch trials take place? S-N-A-N-L-N-E-N-M. Salem. What state? M and A and S and S and A and C and H and you got it, U and T and T and S. Salem, Massachusetts. I've been there before too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
Love.
the Puritans lived in Salem, Massachusetts
Yep.
around what year?
You're silly. So silly.
Oh, it was a Puritan town then.
That's
so what's
true.
the year? It is true. 1 and 6 and 9 and 2, 16.
1692.
That's right. Okay. It was
Hey.
said that Puritans were always doing what? They told us 3 things. Can you tell me one?
What?
S and L and E and E and T What else?
Y.
W, N, O, N, R, N, K, N, I, N, N, G. Good.
Walking.
Working.
Number.
Okay, and what was one of the rules the Puritans implemented? There was 3 of them. Can you tell me one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I, N, O. Yep. No. Yep.
Y.
R, N, A, N, R. Hold on. No.
Y.
Get right on that letter. N, and U, and S, and I, and C. No music. That's kind of sad.
Walk around. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, Jenna.
Okay, who did the Puritans
Yeah.
believe that lived in the nearby forest?
Y. Yourself.
Who did they think lived in the forest? D, N, E, N, B, N, I, N, L. The devil, that's right. Hey, how many deadly sins are there?
Yeah. 7.
Right, 7 deadly sins. And then can you tell me one of them? A lot of them.
I don't know.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
M, A, go for L, and U, and S, and T. Lust, yep. What else?
That. Me.
G, and R, and E, and double E, and B. Greed.
Yup.
Greed, lust. Tell me one more.
Yeah.
I saw where you were going. Go right for that letter. Right on it. W, and R, and A, and T, and H. Wrath.
What do
Oh,
you
said greed,
think?
lust, and wrath.
Love.
Alright, during this time, the town of Salem was struck with terror. They had suffered a smallpox outbreak. Smallpox is SMALLPOX, and it's a disease where you get, I think it's like chickenpox, but you get spots all over you, and eventually you die. So they
Hey.
had a smallpox outbreak a few years previous, and with no understanding of germs or modern medicine, illness was often deadly and viewed as supernatural.
Nope.
Along with this, there had been an execution, or they killed it, of an alleged witch in a nearby town in 1687. 687. The townsfolk were also fearful of attacks from the neighboring Native American tribes. On the top of this, the town itself was divided. Its residents argued over property lines and congregational rights. In fact, Salem had recently separated into Salem Town and Salem Village.
1687.
Yep. Salem Town and Salem Village. The village had even started their own congregation, hiring a few reverends, REVERANDS, or a reverend member of the clergy, one being a man named George Burroughs. However, the entire community believed that the events were caused by the wrath of God, and it was their responsibility to fight these supernatural forces to gain God's good grace and get their life in order.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me one of the reasons why the Puritans in Salem were struck with terror.
Yeah. I don't
S,
know.
N, M, N, A, N, L, N, L, N, P, N, O, N, X. You're right. Smallpox.
Hey, Jenna. Why?
I know what you want to do. Hold on.
Circle.
You can spell it. You spell I. Start with I. I, N, W, N, A, N, 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 N-O, two. Do, D, and O, do. C, and I, and R, and C, and L, and E, and S. Circles, okay. That was great spelling it.
Light blue and dark blue.
Yep. Oh.
What?
Right, make a circle and, no, put an X in the middle, light blue.
Love. Love. Love.
Oh, doesn't that hurt your teeth?
Does that hurt your teeth? Yeah. Don't do it.
I'll do it. Oh, you do your circle, I'm gonna look up the, witch trial.
Love. Well, light blue and dark blue. Love. Love.
There you go.
What? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Day. What?
Go for it.
Color. Dark blue and light blue.
Write the day in dark blue.
Yourself. Dark blue. Fall. Love.
Yep.
Today is the 4th. Number 4. What?
Alright, are you coming? Come back.
I'll have a What?
I want to show you this. They think that she's a witch.
Dark blue and light blue.
Alright, look. This is part of the Salem witch trial. Trying to see if she's a witch.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, right?
Okay.
She's not a
Jenna.
witch.
What?
Alright, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
You did great, dude. Nice. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to find you a good video. Okay, the town's Reverend Samuel Paris, had a daughter. She was 9 years old,
9.
and her name was Elizabeth Paris. P-A-R-R-I-S.
Love.
Elizabeth, or Betty, often played with the Reverend's niece, 11-year-old Abigail Williams. However, it was said that neither of the girls owned a single toy, as they were regarded as sinful.
Love.
Tituba, Tituba, the Reverend's Barbadian slave, often looked after the two girls. Some historians believe that she thought the girls might be bored, so Tituba entertained them with voodoo, V-O-O-D-O-O, which is magic tricks and stories from her homeland, something she wasn't supposed to do. Betty and Abby told their friends, and soon all the girls in the neighborhood wanted to participate in Tituba's games. One night, the girls huddled around a table where Tituba was suspending an egg white in a glass of water, inviting them to see visions of their future. That is weird.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden one of the girls saw an image of a coffin, coffin, causing her to
Yeah.
scream. How do you think she screamed?
How?
Do it. Oh my gosh, that was loud.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It sounded like a witch scream. This caused the other girls to scream and convulse. When the Reverend returned home, he found his daughter and niece uncontrollably seizing, crawling under furniture, and making strange sounds. This doctor came, and an examination was held, but there were no signs of physical illness. So the doctor diagnosed the girls with affliction by witchcraft. WITCHCRAFT. This was not an uncommon or implausible diagnosis at the time. As we know, they believed the devil was a tangible being. Okay. Reverend Harris had a daughter. What was her name?
You're silly. I don't know.
ENLNIN, all the way over, jump down, Z, N, E, and next door B, N, E, N, T, and H, Elizabeth. How old was Elizabeth Harris?
9.
That's right. And then she often played with the Reverend's niece, Abigail, who was how old?
1.
1 and 1.
11.
That's right. Who was the slave girl that often looked after the two girls? What was her name?
I don't
T.
know.
And I and T and U and B and A. Tituba.
Hey, Jenna.
Elizabeth.
You're silly.
11 and Tituba. Okay.
Well, what?
What was the thing that Tituba did to entertain the girls? She practiced what? What's it called?
Love. Yup.
Your eyes right on it. V and O and O and D and O and O. Good.
Voodoo.
Oh my goodness.
Wait.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so when they were practicing their witchcraft with Tituba, and she held a glass of water with an egg white in it, the girls saw a coffin. Then what did all the girls do?
Love. Love. Yup. Yeah.
S and C and R and E and A and M and E and D. Scream.
Gone away.
Scream.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so when after that
Yup.
they started seizing, so they had seizures. They started crawling under the furniture and making strange sounds. So can you imagine those girls doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so close your eyes and think about the girls. They're screaming, they're seizing, so they're shaking really much, a lot, and they're crawling under the furniture and making strange sounds. What is one word that you would describe that as?
Yup. Yup.
Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You got your word?
Yeah.
Okay. C and R and A and Z and Y. Crazy.
No.
I would describe it as crazy too.
What do you think?
Do you think that they were really witches?
Love. I don't know.
You tell me. Go for it.
There's witches.
T-N-H-N-E-N-Y. They W-N-E-N-R. And they were W-N-H. Oh, I-N-T-N-C-N-H-N-E-N-S. They were witches.
Yeah. You're fine.
Okay. Not long after the event, other girls in Salem fell ill or sick and became victim to these same fits. During an examination, Betty and Addie named 3 women who were tormenting and attacking them in spirit form. So kind of like ghosts. One of these women was Tituba, and the other 2 were named Sarah Good and Sarah Osborne. We're just going to do this last page, okay?
That's it.
And then we're going to stop. Both Sarahs pled not guilty, but their cries fell on deaf ears, and they were ultimately hanged. So they hung them in the town.
Okay, Jenna.
Tituba, on the other hand, confessed, giving the longest testimony in the entire Salem witch trials. She spoke of black dogs, yellow birds, and most horrifically that she was not working alone. She would not disclose the names of those she practiced witchcraft with, and Salem's witch began. Okay. Everyone was a suspect. If you sang this church or wore black clothing,
it will.
And spent time alone or read, these could all lead you to being accused of witchcraft.
Number 4.
What do you see today?
You're funny. Why are you funny?
Once someone pointed their finger at you, you could not dispute
Nope.
the accusations, for the town felt that what was a guilty witch would do. The pattern was, if you pled guilty and named more witches, you were imprisoned. If you pled not guilty, you were executed and hung.
Love.
Not long into the Salem witch trials, a woman named Martha Corey, M-A-R-T-H-A-C-O-R-E-Y, was accused of and executed for practicing witchcraft. Martha had a reputation for her spiritual devotion to God and was a regular churchgoer. If she could be a witch, anyone could be. The hysteria spread to nearby towns, and soon no one was safe.
Oh.
So let me ask you this: if you lived in Salem, Massachusetts, when this was going on, what would you do?
I don't know. Oh. Love. Yup. Ready. I don't know.
I-N-W-N-O-N-U-N-L-N-D. I would.
Love. Oh. Yup.
I would.
You're silly.
Why are you so funny today? I can't do that. Oh, hello. Hey, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin.
Okay, so I would.
I can't do that.
I did it. S and U and R and S and S and T.
Yeah.
I would S. S-U-R. I would S-U-R E and A and M and Y. Let's go back to wood so I can get it right. So I would.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this. R and E and A and D. I would read
Y.
Y and O and U and R. Your.
One.
I would read your.
Boy.
I would read your.
One.
And O and K. Book.
Yeah. Y.
N I N S N W N S.
Almost. Yeah.
So I would read it. So if you lived in Salem, Massachusetts, and all these witch hunts were going on, I would read your book.
Okay.
Book. What's on your book?
Okay.
I would read your book.
One.
C and A and L and M and E and B on.
Are we done?
I would read your book.
What?
What would the book be about? So I would read your book.
I don't
A
know.
N B N O N U N T about
What?
S N O N
Yeah.
L N I N T N C N H S O L I T. Read your book. We're almost done, dude. Let's just finish this sentence. Okay, let's go back to I would. So I would,
What?
short and sweet. I and W and O and U and L and B. I would.
One.
R and E and A and B. Read A and B and O and O and K. I would read a book.
Are we
We
done?
can stop there. I would read a book.
Yeah.